I can't wait for the opportunity. I can't wait for us to put a phenomenal product on the field for New Mexicans to be extremely proud of. And I can't wait for that first day. It's a first day for us to be one day closer to a championship, and that's my goal. My name is Zach Prince, Technical Director and Head Coach of New Mexico United. I come from Irmo, South Carolina, a small town right outside of Columbia, South Carolina. That really, shaped me as a person, and the ways it shaped me as a person was I was able to grow up around my family. My cousins were like brothers and sisters to me, so that was, really incredibly important for me to be around them and be loved by them and to shape me who I am today. I started at a young age playing soccer for a club called the Columbia Soccer Club Lightning, and I think I was 7 at the time playing U11. Our team lost every game, scored I think 1 or 2 goals on the year. Great introduction for me to realize I had a long way to go as a player. So that was great. But during that journey, I met Eddie Crosby, who became my mentor through me growing up through youth soccer. Really, when I got into high school really taught me how to win. My high school, Irmo High School, has unbelievable tradition of winning and most state championships out of any high school in the country. I was lucky enough to win 2, went to 3. Coach Phil Savitz, he really taught me, what being a champion meant and what a championship mentality meant. Fast forward into college, I went to the College of Charleston, and that's where I met Troy as my assistant. And the College of Charleston was an unbelievable place for me. It's the first time I've been outside of Columbia and lived outside of Columbia. Really enjoyed my time there. My 4 years there, we had a lot of good teams, a lot of good success, a lot of great wins. From there, I signed on with the Charleston Battery. Talk about tradition in the USL, and you can't go without speaking about the Charleston Battery. Augie was my coach there, and when I talk about Phil Savitz, how he taught me to win as a high school player, Augie taught me how to win as a professional. Decided to retire a little bit earlier than some do. I retired at 29 years old, and because I wanted to get into coaching. Coaching was my passion. I didn't want to play anymore as far as spend my time and my effort becoming a better player. I wanted to spend my time and effort becoming a better coach. I want to invest everything I have into coaching. So with that, I moved out to Portland, Oregon. I started coaching in the developmental academy there. My years there definitely helped me. Going through my C course when I was there, my instructor was Matt Dacey. He said, you can do this. You just got to teach yourself to stop looking at the game as a player. And man, I still keep up with him today, and I respect that relationship so much. Fast forward now to coming to New Mexico, and that's where I started my professional coaching career here with Troy. Me and Troy have been talking about, becoming on a technical staff for a USL club for about 5 or 6 years prior to me accepting the job here at New Mexico United. And when he offered me the position, I jumped on it 100%. This is exactly what I want to do. This is the opportunity that I've been looking for, and I'm so appreciative for him for giving me that opportunity. Coming here, I didn't know really what to expect. My expectation of the club at the time was for us to succeed on the field. That was my only expectation because that was the only thing that I could influence or control. Coming to New Mexico, I got married in New Mexico, had a little girl, and now starting to raise her is amazing, knowing that she will always be New Mexican. That gives me great joy because of the people that I've met from here, that she's a part of that community forever. That's where my scope changed on New Mexico and on Albuquerque. Meeting people here and watching people at the games, going out and training youth clubs, meeting the parents, meeting the people from different pueblos. These people make it such a joy to come to work and really go grind for those people because you know how much it means to them. over the course of the last 3 years, have built an extremely strong culture. The culture here in our team in the first 3 years is phenomenal. We definitely have things that we have to push on. We need to complete more performances. There's no doubt about that. We have to have more of a killer instinct when we're up in leads. We have to finish games off in a way more direct, way more exciting fashion. Not being on the back foot, always being on the front foot. Not being nervous in situations, embracing situations, and really looking at every situation that we can go and attack. And I can't wait to get out there and really take that next step forward on what we've been building in the first 3 years and take a step and say, we're making a step towards a championship this year. This is a critical time in the season. People call it the off season, but it is full go right now. We have to be very diligent in this process, not rush anything when it comes to adding people in our environment, whether that's a staff member, whether that's a player. It's critical that we get those decisions right. And that means lots of phone calls, lots of interviews, lots of conversations, talking to those people and getting to know them as people, not just as what they do in their daily job. And this is a really special environment. I talked about the culture being really strong. And so someone coming into this environment has to realize that they have an expectation immediately when they come in. And that expectation is not only within the walls that we step into every day, but with the fans. The fans are there for us, and we are going to be there for them, no doubt about it. Having Itamar on board is a massive advantage for us. He is excellent at his job, and I can't wait to keep building out this roster with him and helping him every day. This collaboration that we have and this relationship that we have has already started to pay off, and I can't wait to see where we are in 2 months from now. My goal is every day. It's every day in trading, a really competitive environment where guys are getting better every single day and really challenging themselves every day. So we make training more difficult, and we make the situations in training more difficult than games. If we can do that on a consistent basis and challenge each other consistently, we're gonna be in a really good spot when it comes to dealing with adversity in tough moments. You're gonna be given those moments during the season. I think our ethos is incredibly strong. Our culture is incredibly strong. Hard work, humility, diligence is at the foundation of this club. Whether you're talking about the first team or you're talking about the front office, everyone has adopted it that's come into this club. The fourth pillar of our ethos that is incredibly important for us to add is action. And action means if we're gonna say that we want a championship, we're gonna go act on it. We're not just saying it, we're going and doing it. What's next for New Mexico United is building on the winning culture that we have. The reason people are disappointed this year is because we've set an expectation. We've set an expectation with the US Open Cup run. We've set an expectation with the first 2 years making playoffs. And now that expectation isn't good enough. Just getting into the playoffs is not good enough. Hosting a playoff game, that's where we want to be. We want to show New Mexico what playoff soccer is in New Mexico. Not asking New Mexicans to come and travel to San Antonio, because God knows they will, but we want to have it right in their backyard. And I think the shift of that is incredibly important for us to get right in preseason. And that's the level of competition every day amongst us. We have to raise the standard of competition to make it where we know that people aren't competing the same way that we're competing every day. If we do that, we're gonna have a leg up on all the competition going into next year. The one message I would like for you to take away is this. Adding the pillar of action to our ethos, this is what we'll do. We're committed to acting on what we say, and we're committed to exceeding the expectations of what you guys bring every single Saturday to us. I'm incredibly excited to get started and to see you guys out at Isotopes Park. We've already begun the work. I can't wait to continue this journey as head coach and technical director.